people are telling me no audio because I was muted. I bottled it, completely bottled it. But welcome to Footy Judge Mo. Hit that like button. We just started. I'm not muted anymore. But we're here. I got two great guests. Arteta beat Pep Guardiola. I was muted. I don't know why. But let me introduce the two guests. It's going to get banter. We're going to get jokes. We're going to get everything. This is going to be a fantastic stream. But it's only fair that I introduce the winner, of course. Introduce the winner. Tunnel TV Media. Canopy is here with me, of course. One of the shameless guys, of course. He is here with me. My man Canopy, welcome. Welcome.
It feels good to be back. It feels good to be here. And thanks for having me, Mo. And it is what it is. We got the 3 points. And kudos to Man City. It's not easy to beat a Goliath. Man City is a Goliath, but David won today.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But that's, of course, the second one is one of my guys, of course. I'm one of his guys. It's the mighty, the great guy that always confident with his team. Today, they lost. Didn't expect it. He had chest. But hey, life is life. You win the day. You win 10 days and you lose a day. So he has to hold that, to be honest. But it's the man and only Daps is here with us, people. You're muted, Daps. I muted you. Here you go. You're muted.
You muted me. Bro, what you just said there was wrong, by the way. You said that I didn't expect it.
You did. Did you expect to lose?
Yeah. Have we not done a show this week?
We did, but you didn't expect to lose.
Oh,
You said
no.
you're worried. You said you're slightly worried.
Oh, yeah, I said I was worried, bro. Right, you're right. I didn't expect to lose, but I was worried.
You said probably we'll get a draw or something, but you didn't expect to lose.
I would say when I saw the team sheet, I then really expected to win.
Yeah, I did expect Arsenal. I predicted Arsenal, but let's start, to be honest, with Canopy. Bro, I know where to start with the game, but I want to get your thoughts on the game. Did you like the lineup? Wow. Did you expect to win? Where did you see the game? When you saw the lineup, you saw Jorginho, and also you saw Rico Lewis, you saw no Doku, no Grealish. Did you expect to win the game? Did you go confidence?
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. When I saw the lineup, I was gonna be like, I was like, it's gonna be a long afternoon. But the first 5 minutes were very nervy. We were very nervous going into the game. The team, they looked very worried. So it's Man City, man. Man City are always favorites when they play against anybody. It could be Real Madrid, it could be Barcelona, it could be Bayern Munich, it could be Arsenal, but they're always favorites. So I actually expected Man City to maybe nick it, but not by a big margin. But fortunately for me today, the team, Arsenal today, they played with heart. They didn't really come there to show their ability or skill on the ball. They fought for every blade of grass, especially in the second half, and they won the game. But today, I'm not going to lie to you, it's actually a surprise victory for me, and I'm very proud of the boys.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going to get Daps' thought, and I want to. Did you think, Daps? Simple question: did Pep overthink again?
Yeah. No, I was thinking this before. When you just said about Arteta, I think it's fitting that you speak on Arteta because Arteta took a massive risk today. Yeah, with some of the changes he made, right? And it paid off. Now, I always say about Pep, that Pep overthinks every game, right? And when we lose, people say, "Oh, he overthought it," but they don't say, "Oh, well, he overthought it when we win," and we win most of the time. But this is one game in particular where, do you know what? He had to overthink it, right? He had to, because the last two games without Rodri, we've lost, right? And Rodri wasn't available, and we're playing Arsenal, who are a good team, right? If he didn't overthink this game, then he's not doing his job. But today is a day where he got it wrong, and Arteta got it right. And it's as simple as that. Like, I almost think on the Rodri thing as well, by the way, I think Bernardo Silva probably did a better job doing what Rodri does than Calvin Phillips would have and than Kovacic would have. Right? I don't think Bernardo Silva is to blame. Like, I think he actually nullified Odegaard quite well. And I think Bernardo Silva that wasn't it. That wasn't where the game was won for me. The game was won by Gabriel and Saliba. sensational performances. I think you also, and I'd need to watch it back, but people say Saliba pocketed Haaland, which I think he probably did, right? And they were better on the day. Gabriel and Saliba were both very good. But I think you also probably have to look at the delivery into Haaland as well. So then it's okay. So who was nullifying that? What other Arsenal players were putting in shifts to stop the delivery? And I don't know. I haven't watched it back. I mean, I've had someone say Rice was phenomenal. I didn't see Rice being phenomenal in that game. Someone said Havertz came on and Havertz was unbelievable when he came on. Again, I didn't see that. I saw Martinelli come on and I saw Martinelli completely change everything. And that's where I think salute to Arteta. He brought on Martinelli at the perfect time. And he made substitutions that changed the game, whereas Pep actually made like-for-like substitutions. So it's what it is. I mean, yeah, today I struggled to... I think Vardy was good. I think Rico Lewis was good. I think there's one more, and I'm trying to think who it is. Probably Bernardo Silva. But apart from that, I struggled again to say a good play for City, to be honest with you.
I thought you were poor.
Yeah, well, that's what I just said, bro. Mo, I just said...
It's not down to the players.
3 people. Well, it is. No, it is. It is.
No.
It's not just down. All right, so the players have no blame, no?
No, they do, but again,
so it's down to
but
the
your
players.
coach, I think Pep Guardiola,
Okay,
to be honest.
so Mo,
Because
I
the
just
second
said
half,
that,
so let me tell you.
No, hold on. I
think.
just said Pep got it wrong.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I said,
Okay.
So,
because
yeah,
I saw some of the players were trying. Rico Lewis was trying so hard. Kyle Walker wasn't bad. Even
yeah,
Diaz
Walker maybe wasn't bad as well. And I think
Walker
Diaz was
wasn't bad.
poor. I don't think Diaz was
all
that
right,
good today.
you know.
Diaz
but
made a
they
few
didn't
mistakes.
Have, like, Canopy, do you think that Man City, the players had a bad game, or do you think it was a tactical thing from Arteta? How did you see the game?
I think Man City actually missed 2 key men today. The first guy they missed was obviously Kevin De Bruyne, and the second guy was Rodri. In this kind of games, you need your big men, and the big men were not there for Man City. Yes, Rico Lewis, Bernardo Silva in midfield could do a job against an RB Leipzig any day, any time. But when you're playing the likes of Liverpool, Arsenal in the Premier League, you need your big boys, because without KDB, Haaland is not scoring 50 goals plus. Do you know what I mean? Like, because Haaland is not a footballer who is going to dribble, take on 2 players and score a worldie. He's a player that feeds off supply. He needs you to create for him. If you don't create for Haaland, he's not going to score a goal. So today, I think Rodri was missed a lot in terms of leadership in the midfield. Declan Rice had too much space on the ball. He won a lot of second balls, first balls. And Jorginho was a little bit too comfortable, because Jorginho is a player whereby, he doesn't really have the legs anymore. So you should be putting a lot of pressure on him. He was a little bit too comfortable. As I thought after the first yellow card he got, he was going to be in trouble. But he kind of eased into the game slowly, But
well, do you know what I'd say?
Though.
I think, let's be clear. What you've chosen that you want to talk on City, right? So we're talking on City. I don't want this to come across that I'm saying Arsenal won it because City were poor. Arsenal won it because Arsenal were the better team, right? That's the simple thing. I don't think, and someone said Arsenal were unbelievable today. I don't think Arsenal were unbelievable today, but they were the better team, right? And here's the thing.
I think we were more streetwise.
Yeah, and
that's the word I use, streetwise.
I said yesterday, and on a few shows, right, that to win this game, we need our big players to step up, right? Because yes, we don't have Rodri, we don't have KDB, but guess what? KDB is getting older. KDB is retiring soon. So to be honest, I don't want to hear, we're missing KDB, because we started off the season 7 wins in a row without KDB. So for me, I get it. KDB is a game changer, but he's not available at the moment. Even the Gundogan thing, yes, but we sold him, so we can't talk on that. Mahrez, yes, but we sold him, so we can't talk on that. This is a new City, and today, what I wanted to see, and this is how I thought the difference would be, is if players like Ruben Diaz, players like Bernardo Silva, players like, I said Jack Grealish, he didn't start. I think that probably, in hindsight, wasn't a good idea. I wanted this treble-winning
Jack didn't start.
I wanted this treble-winning team to step up and show their mentality, and that would have won the game. And this is where, Mo, I get it. I think Pep got it wrong today, right? But I also think we didn't show the mentality that City show the back end of a season where we get things over the line. We didn't show that today. We looked nervous. Would you not agree? We looked nervous, Mo.
I said that, you remember? We did talk on the game on Never a Foul, and I said these players will go to the Emirates nervous. Some of them are young, some of them haven't played in that system, especially without. When I say without Rodri holding in someone's hand, or KDB, or even Jack Grealish, who's experienced by the way.
Yeah, and he was one that I was
or
scared.
John Stones. People forget that when you go to the Emirates, stadium is buzzing. People are jumping up and down. There is a static or something.
Yeah, there is a static. It's gone now.
There's a static. It's gone now. Yeah. So that's my point. But also, to be honest, and I want to talk on Arsenal, because Arsenal today, we have this saying in Arabic in Egypt that we say the first half is the half of players, second half is the half of coaches, because you saw what happened. And I thought that the second half, Arsenal came out of the tunnel ready on it.
Sorry, Mo.
Can I ask the people something, guys? There's about 200 of you here. Can we get to 150 likes? This channel isn't monetized. I'm not asking you to send super chats, but you're watching free content right there with elite content creators right here with me. So please hit the like, at least get me to 150 likes. It's the only way this channel grows and gets to more people. Like the freaking video and subscribe if you just joined the channel. This is how we grow. This is how this channel grows. Give me to 150 likes underneath your live chat, please, guys. Come on.
So there's a moment there was a couple of moments that I think were real big moments for me. And that was, we said, look, from the start, City looked a little nervous without Rodri, but not too nervous. But the Kovacic sending off should have been a sending off, right? And then also the one where he nearly got a second yellow, right? That moment there, for me, that made City far more nervous, because at that point, it was almost like, right, Kovacic, we don't have Rodri, Kovacic in a kind of pivot 8 role, you cannot make another challenge, right? You make another challenge and you get it wrong, you're going. There's not going to be a benefit of the doubt on a third one. You are going, right? And at that point, I think City's nerves just went. And I honestly think Arteta would have said to him, especially even more when they came out of the tunnel and they saw Kovacic was still on the pitch. I think City all would have been nervous, thinking, Arsenal get the ball in a certain position, he cannot challenge them. He's almost like he's just going to have to be floating around doing the ball retention thing because he can't put a foot in. And I think that was massive for us. And I think that's where Pep has to hold it. At half time, Pep should have dragged Kovacic straight away and said, go out in the second half. But if you're playing with one player that's in a kind of 6-8 pivot and he can't put a foot in, you're nervous, innit?
Let me get kind of be here for a couple points. Number one, actually, it's also credit to Mikel Arteta, because he didn't let it get into the player's head to keep thinking about the referee's decision. Because some teams, when you don't get the call your way, you'll spend the rest of the game thinking, this guy shouldn't have been on the pitch. This guy shouldn't have been on the pitch. The referee's against us. They didn't let that happen. Do you agree with that, Carnaby? I thought that Arsenal tackles would be flying from Arsenal. People would be nervous. Fans would be thinking, Arteta, with the way he came out second half, made sure that it's about the football. It's not about the call that we didn't get. There is still 45 minutes to be played here, and we can win this game even with the call going against us. This is massive, by the way. Massive.
This is massive. And it shows you, like you said, it didn't get to our heads because we're now mature. You know, last season we had a lot of incidents that happened to us, especially at Anfield, Southampton, West Ham away. This team is a year older now. You now have Declan Rice. Declan Rice in midfield was a leader. He showed, look, guys, let's get these guys. They might be a super team, but we can win today, guys. We might not be the best football inside compared to them, but let's try and get that win. And there's one guy today that Arsenal fans have been destroying that came off the bench and gave an assist. His name is Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz won the ball high up the pitch so many times. They played it long. He should have started the game for me because in the Community Shield, he played very well against Man City. He scored the Champions League winning goal against Man City. He plays well against Man City. He has that record. They played the ball to him. Tomiyasu with the knockdown, he brings it down, he gives the pass to Martinelli, bang, it's a goal. Kai Havertz is part of the people who changed the game. he's a footballer that I hope now Arsenal fans can start to like him, because Arsenal fans, we can be very silly at times. We don't really appreciate our footballers because we just go crazy and just diss them all the time. But for me, what I saw today is a team. What? You're about to say something?
What? No, yeah. What I was going to say is on the Havertz thing. I actually look. Like I said, when you watch a game, you're caught in moments, and I really didn't see how much Havertz impacted the game. But I'm not saying that didn't happen. But what I would say is, you think Havertz should have started in the summer when you bought Havertz, right? I said, if he is a squad player, I get it, right? If they're bringing him in to be one of your regular first team players, I don't think his levels are good enough. Now, I would actually disagree with what you said about him starting, because I think Arteta played the game perfectly, and I think the substitutions he made at the right time, and I think that's why it worked. I think Havertz coming on can have that impact. I think Havertz at the start, maybe, and that's where I just think Arteta used your squad today perfectly.
But guess what? Once Martinelli, Kai Havertz came on, Arsenal had a purpose in attack. We had nothing in the first half.
Yeah,
because
the game was stretched. No, but
is a bomb.
Very true. And Kaya, but the other thing is, though, but games have different stages, right? And if you would have come out with all this purpose and attack, you could have shot your load too soon, right? I think Arteta managed the game right.
I agree.
And used it, and this is that's where
you're right.
Yeah, I think he managed the game perfectly for me. I really do. And I think, by the way, one message that people need to take out of this as well, and I'll be taking it as a City fan, is when I heard that Saka was available, I said, do you know what? He's not going to be fully fit. He shouldn't start, right? Because if you start him, that's such a big message to all of the Arsenal squad. That's such a big message to all the Arsenal fans. That's such a big message to all the rival fans and the rival players. What you've done today is you've gone out and you've beat Manchester City without Saka, right? Without Martinelli starting. You've beaten Manchester City with your squad, right? Not with individual players. Your squad today and your manager have gone out and beat Manchester City. Now, yeah, we didn't have Rodri. Yeah, we didn't have De Bruyne and Stones came on later. But guess what? It's not about Man City's best 11 either. A league is about our squad. So same way, Arteta today and your Arsenal squad beat Pep and Manchester City squad. There's no excuses. And I think that is the biggest message.
Yeah,
this is not an Arsenal first 11. This is an Arsenal squad now.
I agree. And that's what I told Arsenal fans who will keep talking about Saka. We're not Saka FC. The other players should be stepping up. You're earning £350,000 for God's sake. You should be earning your pay. You can't be waiting for a little kid who came from the academy to actually come and save us all the time. He's not Superman. So you're right. It actually showed today that we actually have a team. It's not just about one man. And it was actually a good game for me, though. I'm not gonna lie. It was a nervy one, but that's what happens when you play the best team in the world. I will always say it. Man City is the best team in the world, and they're still favorites to win the league.
Not this team,
for me personally.
Not this team.
You don't know. You don't know with Pep Guardiola.
No.
Pep Guardiola can just sit back and change the formation and reinvent the whole team.
Fine.
So what did you say? What was it? You said, and what's Mo disagreeing with?
He said we played the best team in the world, the best club in the world. The team that I'm sorry, this is my opinion, and I'll get you to. I'll get you to.
Mo, it's the moment. It's the moment. It's not in the best moment.
It's listen. There's no excuse here for Man City. People told me, like I was on Al hour with the guys, and people told me you're actually defending Man City. I'm not. The whole point is this team of Man City, the squad, the team that started, the starting 11 that started today. If they come to Inter, if they go to Bayern Munich, if they go to Real Madrid, they're not favorites. Not like last year. There is a lot of holes in this Man City. The team that started today, without Stones, without KDB, Haaland looked isolated. That's not slander.
No, but Mo, it's not slander. But I think again, that's being reactionary, right? Because Mo, you were the one person last season, yeah? And I know because we did shows daily, right? Last season, in January and February, maybe even December, you kept saying, every time I said, look, City don't start well, but I know what they do business end of the season. You were one of the main people pushing but this time it's different. This time it's different. You look different this time, Daps. You kept saying it, yeah? And I said, bro, no, you're just forgetting last season, right? So I don't think it's not this Manchester City, because I really don't think there's that much of a difference. I get we've lost players, but what this is about, no, it's about the moment. It's about the reason, right? It's about Manchester City being motivated and someone putting a fucking rocket up their ass. Now, we could come out now, and as fans and a club, we could come out and go, oh, but we didn't have De Bruyne. Oh, but, it's fine because Rodri wasn't there. And come out with all these reasons, right? And ultimately, what we're doing there is we're being insecure about the club that we are, right? Let's be secure about the club that we are and what we do. We see bad moments every single season, yeah? Tottenham, even when we beat Tottenham 4-2, that first half performance was fucking shameless. Yeah. When we conceded our first and second goal, every single player on the pitch's head went down, including our captain. So after the game, Pep said, yeah, we won. Great second half performance. Mahrez unreal. But I need these men that have done so much for me to take a look in the mirror and not decide, do they want to be these men or do they not? And this is where we have the luck of saying, we've got Pep Guardiola, right?
Yep.
We need to take this one on the chin. We need to accept that we are, we've brought in some new players, and Pep now needs to go away, look at the performance, analyse it, and work out what he has to do, right? Because the truth is, without Rodri, we've lost 3 games on the bounce, yeah?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that
it hasn't happened. It hasn't happened ever for Pep.
And let's not sugarcoat this. It is what it is. This isn't City without Rodri. City win nothing. Yeah, but Rodri does play for us, right? He is a City player, so I don't know why we do this. He's our player. But there could be other moments this season. What if Rodri gets a 6-month injury, right? So this is where Pep has to go away, and he has to find a solution for it. And maybe Nunes Kovacic is the answer. Maybe they just need to play together more and get used to how the system works and what their job is, and Pep needs to coach it into them. Maybe it's not Calvin Phillips. It's not going to be Calvin Phillips. Maybe it is Rico Lewis. But personally, I think Rico Lewis looks better as a box-to-box. So, but we just need to... Bro, and it's
so talented. It's unbelievable. 18 years old.
Oh, my God.
But Mo, you know what it is?
That boy.
I think at the moment it's finding out where his best position is, to be honest with you, because he's a right back, but he looked good inverted and sitting next to
a Spanish player.
And I want to I want to move on.
Yeah, he does.
I know there's a lot of talk about City. There's almost about 300 of you here, so hit that like button, get me to 300 likes or 200 likes if you can. Hit that like button. It's underneath your live chat. It looks like this. Make sure it's thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Before I do the Haaland conversation that everybody's talking about, and Daps, it's an awkward conversation. You might not like my opinion about it.
It shouldn't be awkward though, bro.
It shouldn't be, should it?
Why? Why is it awkward?
Because he is in talks of Ballon d'Or and all of that.
No, it's not for me, bro.
No, he is. Not from you personally, but it's, from the fan base.
Hold on. All right, so let's look at when's the Ballon d'Or? When's the Ballon d'Or from and to?
It's last season.
All right, so last season's last season. This season, if they're taken into account currently, fuck off. Is he in that conversation?
Are they taking into account the World Cup?
Yeah, they were. It's including the last season.
But it should have been. I always say this: if we're talking City players in conversations for Ballon d'Or last season, it should be Rodri, right? It shouldn't be Haaland. It should be Rodri, yeah. Because it won't be Rodri. But if we're being sensible. But it's not awkward. Here's the thing. An awkward conversation, is if we're like, if you say he's a flop, right? That's an awkward conversation. Right? No, but that is a conversation. Arsenal. And if people say Haaland is a flop, that's an awkward conversation and I'll get pissed off.
He already won you a treble. He can never be a flop.
He broke every single record.
Haaland was a flop. Was never a flop. Sorry. Wasn't a flop before he even won the treble. Bro,
what is this? No, I'm talking about now.
He's put. I thought
that the system. So here's the conversation that I'm having. I thought the system was built last year to service Haaland, and it did. That's why he scored 50-something goals, and he got involved in 60 GA. It did. Now he needs the service. The service isn't coming lately. Last 4 games, it's not coming.
Bro, let's strip it back. Right, first and foremost, I believe Haaland's still top goal scorer in the Premier League.
Yeah, but look at the games he didn't score, he lost.
I get it. This isn't about Manchester City. This is about Haaland now. So let's not bring it back to Manchester City. This is talking about Haaland, right? But there's something. And look, Haaland is what he is, yeah? We know what Haaland is. If we didn't want an Erling Haaland, we would have carried on playing with a false 9. We wanted an Erling Haaland, yeah? And let's strip it back to the basics. I said this last season. If you've got one of the best crossers of the ball in the game, and then you have one of the best goal scorers in the game, and you put them together, it works, right? If you have bread and butter, right? It works, right? You get two things. If you take one of them out, all of a sudden, you're like, without bread, you don't have a sandwich, right?
Yeah.
And that is what it looks like. And that's probably why at the moment, Alvarez and Foden have looked better. But at the moment, it's, you know what? Everyone says City are a system-based team and we're a machine, right? And you take an important cog out of a machine, it doesn't work. And for whatever reason at the moment, it's not awkward for me. Like, I'm not going to come on here and defend Haaland. If anyone's saying he needs to drop deeper and get involved, I'll tell you now, don't blame Haaland for that. Blame Pep, okay? Because if a player in Manchester City's team is not doing something and he's not being dragged, right? He's not being substituted. That's because he's doing what the manager asked him to do, right? I say the same thing about Grealish. If Grealish is staying on the pitch, that's because he's doing what the manager asked him to do. If Haaland is not dropping deep to receive the ball, that's because Pep has, and I've no factually, that's what Pep has asked him to do. But at the moment, the delivery into him is not good enough. Like, and then he has to hold it, because if you take all the applause for what you do, you have to hold it. And at the moment, the delivery's not good enough to him. And let's be real, maybe not today, because he didn't actually have any chances. So today of all days, I'm not going to attack Haaland because the delivery to him quite simply wasn't good enough. And you also have to give Saliba and Gabriel props. But in the previous last couple of games, where Haaland has missed sitters, there's one.
But he was hiding today. At one point, he asked people not to pass to him. Canopy, correct me if I'm wrong. In the second half, he asked them not to pass to him. That's an agenda,
Mo. That's an agenda. I'm sorry,
no, but my point is, you will need to play to his strength. He's the best striker on the planet.
So
he is the best striker on the planet.
So you just said you need to play for his strength.
By the way, I'm not blaming him personally.
So let's look at this, right? The last 3 games where he has missed opportunities, Haaland needs to hold that. As a goal scorer, you get a fucking opportunity, you score it. Yeah. If you don't, you hold it. Today, if he hasn't had any opportunities, I think he had one header that he probably should have scored, to be fair. But if he hasn't had any, it came over and Zinchenko ended up putting it out. But Haaland put his head down. It wasn't a clear cut as some of the other ones, but that was a chance. Now, if he hasn't had the delivery to score, Mo, to suit your agenda, don't go, he was hiding today.
I'm not having it, but the talk about Haaland. So my point is, Pep Guardiola now that system has to, again, are we going to change the system again with the new players?
Maybe we have
wait
to.
for KDB?
No, maybe we have to. That's what Pep has to do, innit?
Yeah, okay. That's why he's the best manager on planet, right? Like,
exactly.
Okay, let's talk about Arsenal then, because I want to get your opinion, Daps. You are someone who said many times, but before I do Canopy, Daps always had to say that Arsenal, they need to grow up, they need to hit puberty and all the stuff to talk. Did you see today the experience? Did you see today a different team than what you saw last year? This is what I want to talk about. It's props, because not everybody win against Man City, bro. Not everyone.
Nah, I think, do you know what it does say? Because we have to, the same way that we will say without Rodri, we look like a different team. We have to be honest today. And look, if we're picking out 3 of Arsenal's best players, I guarantee you all 3 of us will put Saliba in there. Today, Saliba is one of Arsenal's top 3 players, right?
Van Dijk level at his peak.
Right, cool. Today. So now let's give Arsenal some props and let's be real with ourselves. Now, I'm not saying Arsenal would have beat City last season, but Saliba was not there last season, right? Saliba clearly is one of Arsenal's players that when the chips are down, he stands up, right? So he was here today. For me, I said it all summer. I think Declan Rice is the type of player that he's come to Arsenal for big moments like today. He stepped the fuck up. Who else was good today? Martinelli off the bench.
Gabriel
sensational. Jesus, bro. Yeah, Jesus, bro. Yes, he stepped up.
Well, I think the entire back four,
don't we?
Everybody was good. But you guys, you see, the problem is, Arsenal showed a lot of maturity today, a lot of streetwise behavior. But the problem is, Man City missed Kevin De Bruyne, man. That's just it. That's just it.
We did.
And,
But they won before without him, Canopy. So what do you say about that?
But you see in this kind of games, and it happened against Tottenham last season. He didn't play, they lost. He didn't play. Julian Alvarez is not a number 10. He's a number 9. The boy wants to score goals too. So it's not going to work. Like he said, they have to find a different way. But speaking on Arsenal today just had to grind. It's like you're in a video game. You're against the final boss. Man, whatever way is coming, you're pulling everything you have to do, every trick out of the hat. And that's what just happened today. And we had a bit of luck with the deflection from Nathan Ake. Nathan Ake too had a chance to score a goal in the first half.
Yeah, he did.
Over the bar. If it was Haaland, that's 1-0. So we had some luck going off, and Declan Rice cleared the ball off the line too.
Not based on what Daps is saying. It's gonna.
No, that's a goal.
Well, not based on the last 2-3 games, but yeah.
But it's Erling Haaland though. You can't still deny the fact that he's the best number 9 in the world. But apart from that, we were very lucky today, especially in the first 10 minutes of that game, because Declan got the ball off the line. Man City came out angry. Angry. But like you said, in the second half, Martinelli came on. He showed that hunger, and Jesus on the right was great. Nketiah today, nonsense. For me, like I said, Kai Havertz came in.
Bro. He's below the level of.
He's not Arsenal standard. He's never been Arsenal standard.
Who?
Nketiah. He's never been Arsenal standard.
He had. There's one point where a ball got played over to him, and his first touch just wasn't good enough. And I think that's the key. But at the end of the day, look, I've been saying it, Mo. I've been saying it. Jesus' best season at Manchester City was when he played wide right in his last season at City.
You literally said that 100 times. Yeah.
And the other thing I've also said is, and I think I said that this week, is if I'm Arteta, right, and Arteta's learned a lot from Pep, and rightly so. If you don't learn, he was at City to learn from Pep. If you go somewhere to learn from someone and don't learn from them, right, you're a prick, right? He learned from Pep, and now people want to, he's trying to be like Pep. Well, fucking hell, I wish I was like Pep, right? So it isn't an insult.
Every coach learned from somebody.
What exactly? Pep learned from Cruyff, right?
Ancelotti learned from Kovacic, the young Italians learned from Ancelotti.
Listen, the most successful people do their research, learn how to do something, and go and replicate it. That's salute to all the geniuses that come up with their own ways, but also
nothing
salute to those
new under the sun. Nothing is new under the sun, my G. Nothing is new under the sun.
And here's the thing: I was saying before, if I'm Arteta, I'm looking at Pep, and I'm thinking, do you know what? Every time, or not every time, but a lot of times when City had Liverpool, especially away from home, right, which is a difficult game, he would rest Jesus the game before, then he would bring him in, White on the right, because he knows just how good he is at pressing, winning the ball back, creating space for others, everything that Jesus does. And today he did that, and I think Jesus was unbelievable. I think it's quite fitting that, I don't know, I look at weird signs, and do you know, before the game, Jesus and Arteta got interviewed.
Yep.
And Jesus was talking about, we want to doing a bit of a captain's speech. And he goes in and puts a performance like that. I think he was good, man. Who else was good for Arsenal?
I actually not on the notion. I am not on the. He wasn't bad. By the way, it's instructions. It's instructions.
Yeah, what notion are you not on? What notion are you not on?
Declan Rice is the best DM in the league. That's not
right
today,
now.
Facts say that Jorginho touched the ball double his times, had more successful passes. Declan Rice was good in interceptions, was good in positioning. But did you see Thomas Partey when he came? You need Thomas Partey.
Of course, we need Thomas Partey.
Yeah. Thomas Partey is different level, bro.
I even forgot about Thomas Partey.
No, because Arsenal fans did forget about Thomas Partey.
They did forget
I was
about
just
Thomas
on a stream
Partey.
and people telling me that, do you see the levels of Thomas Partey? And
I forgot about Thomas Partey today. When he came on, I was actually calm. I felt that Man City were not going to score for at least the next 5-10 minutes, because Partey brings in that experience, that European. There's just something about him. Atletico Madrid. He's from Atletico Madrid. He's disciplined. He knows where to be at what spot. He knows how to tackle. He knows how to control the game and set the tempo. So Thomas Partey and Declan Rice need to play together. I don't think Declan Rice is the best DM in the league. I think it's Rodri.
but I love Thomas Partey But the problem is,
Yeah, I love
Declan
Thomas
Rice
Partey
and
a
Thomas
lot.
Partey together, and Odegaard hides like today. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I
Like,
think
Do you
it's
think?
his
Hold on.
fitness.
Did you just
Yeah.
say Odegaard hid?
Yes.
Yeah, he didn't really have a good game today.
Bro,
But
He didn't have a good game.
come on, let's not
I-
say
Odegaard-
hide,
I-
man.
Odegaard's
Let's say
problem
hide.
is he tries too many tricks at
Thank
unnecessary
you,
times.
thank you so
Yeah.
much.
I
Too
also
many
think
you
tricks
so
at
much.
unnecessary times. See, I love
Unnecessary
Odegaard.
passes, unnecessary
Right.
I
tackles.
love
hold on.
Odegaard.
There's another one, unnecessary, and I think, look, I've noticed this with him a few times that he shoots sometimes in positions where I think, bro, nah, you're not that guy yet, right? You're not that guy where, and he shoot. You know, sometimes where players get the ball in an area and you think, don't shoot, bro. You're not scoring from there. And he does that sometimes. I think, like, I remember in the Community Shield, he had 3 players in front of him and he just like tried to punt the ball. It's like, bro, you're not going to shoot there. That's not what you're about, and that's perfectly fine. Go back to doing what Odegaard does. But I don't know. He's still young, man. He's still very, very young. So. But
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
all
think
about that.
I don't
It's
think
all about
hiding's
who
fair, man.
In this team, it's not slander on Odegaard, but you know when you slander somebody, you are the one. Like if I come here and tell you my cousin is the best DJ in the world, but you go to the party and he isn't, it's on
Yeah.
me. It's on Arsenal fans
Yeah.
who told us that Martin Odegaard is KDB level. That Martin
Not
Odegaard
yet.
should be there. You have
Yeah.
to
Not
wait.
yet. Not
Don't
yet.
get
Not
over.
yet.
Like don't do
Not
that.
yet.
Wait on your
And
players.
two
Give
different
it
kind of
time.
players. Two different kind of players. KDB gets the ball, bang. Odegaard gets the ball, he turns around, he looks up.
More like David
KDB
Silva.
is, yeah.
Odegaard is more like
yeah,
David
100%.
Silva. He's far more like David Silva, and that's why David Silva and De Bruyne worked, because they're two different types of players.
Yeah.
Odegaard's a player that can work in small areas, find the pockets, and
That's why he
play
works well with
1-2s.
Saka.
And yeah, exactly. Kevin De Bruyne is. Do you know what? Kevin De Bruyne is actually very similar. We've had this to David Beckham. They're similar types of players, to be fair. Like different types of players.
Coming through the middle, but he has more flair. He has more flair than Beckham.
I want to get your opinion on this Canopy as well. So since we're on Arsenal, this Arsenal game today was a game that played like a cup. All what mattered is the 3 points. It wasn't about a system, which is how you play the big games.
Yeah.
Do you think that Arsenal, after this win, will get the confidence to go back to the fluidity that was last year, especially Partey's back? Now Rice is playing. Saliba's absolutely up to his game. You got Martinelli back. Gabriel Jesus is cooking. You think you'll go back to the fluidity that you had last year?
I hope so. Especially with Partey back, like you said, the guys are back. But to be honest with you, fluidity and good football doesn't win you the Premier League. We played very good football last season. We were on top of the table for so long, but when it was time to actually, win those games, we bottled it because we were trying to be too pretty. Like the West Ham game, Thomas Partey was trying to lob the ball over Rice. He lost the ball. We went to Anfield. We were 2-0 up. We got maybe a little bit too overconfident. We lost the game. Southampton, we started off slack trying to play our beautiful game. But sometimes I just think you need to be streetwise and ruthless. When you play the smaller teams, you can, expand your goal difference and all that when you play the likes of Luton and whatever. But when you're playing any team in the top 6 right now, get your 3 points and go home.
Yeah,
I don't really want to care. I don't really care about fluidity,
Do you know?
Because
it's what you said before, and it's what you know what, right? If this result was in the back end of the season, I'd be pissed off and I'd be rattled. But I guess because of when it is, I'm like, it is what it is. And this is where there were games like this last season. Look, our mentality today wasn't good enough. Streetwise, we weren't streetwise today. Arsenal showed mentality today. Arsenal was streetwise today, and they got the 3 points. Look, it's such a big message. They got the 3 points. They got over the hurdle. They beat Man City, and they beat us, by the way, without their best players. Like, they beat us without Saka on the pitch, and that says so much to them. They're now going to come to the Etihad with a bit of, they're still going to be coming to the Etihad knowing what their record there. They're still going to be coming there in the business end of the season, which will be very different. But they've got to have a bit more of a spring in their step now. And they've got the international break to hopefully get some rest. Hopefully Saka doesn't go away with England for them. Hopefully for me. Yeah. And by the way, and I'll be honest, I'm slightly pissed off that Stones came on for the second half, because now he's probably going to go and play for England, right? And I still think for him, it would have been good if he just also said, nah, do you know what? 2 weeks rest. And so it's what it is. But look, Arsenal have to take it today. Arsenal have to celebrate the win. And also, look, Arsenal, the way they celebrated at the end of the game, mad celebrations. However, I'm here for it. I'm not here to slander that, yeah? Because for them, that was a big, big win today. And inside, like, I would be here now, right? If we won this game, I would be here right now saying all of your players are just sat there thinking, we can't fucking beat this team, right? And I'd say you're out of the title race. You're not in the title race because mentally you cannot win a title against Manchester City by dropping 6 points to us every season and hoping another team pick them up, right? Today, you've overcome that and you've gone and said, we're having 3. The best you're going to get off of us is 3 Manchester City. And that's a big, big thing. So they should celebrate it because inside they're thinking we've got over that one fucking hurdle that we couldn't get over last year. So look, Arsenal are in a title race. I'll also say Liverpool are in a title race as well. And this is good because the opening eight games last season, I think everyone was saying City going to run away with this league. It's already done. And I was saying,
I thought so.
Last season, they were saying that. Last season as well. And then we hit this form and everyone's like, oh, City don't look the same. And so, again, no win is guaranteed. No title win is guaranteed. Do I still think City will win the league? Yes. Do I still think we'll do the 4P? Of course. But Pep has to find new ways. He has to find ways to motivate this team. The same way he had to find ways to motivate them to go and do the 3P, he has to find ways to go and motivate them to do the 4P. And today's a reminder. It's not, but he's done it before.
Yeah, but who's going to win against them? I'm sorry, Kennedy.
It's not
yes,
easy.
you lost today. Listen, they lost 1-0 at the Emirates to a deflected goal without their superstars on the pitch, without their main superstar on the pitch, with John Stones, one of the main guys coming back from injury, playing one half with half a leg, with Rodri being out. Who's going to stop them? Can you sit here and be confident that someone will stop this Man City?
Well, you know they lost to Wolves. We never saw that happening.
Yeah, how many times that will happen? How many times that will happen? I know.
No. Hold on. But you saying we lost to Wolves, how many times have we seen that happen before? Bro, last season, how many times did you see Manchester City drop points? Last season, to teams. We lost to Southampton, bro, last season. Southampton,
you know I said,
Wolves are better than Southampton. You know that.
I said you guys are favorites to still win the title. But,
yeah,
bro, this is football. Anything can happen. Football
yeah, but we are here. We can't
Yeah.
say anything can happen, Kennedy. We're trying to analyze. Why would we think that Arsenal would win the league? Why do we think Liverpool might be closer? Like, if I ask you to put your money now on a team to win the league, who would you choose?
If Arsenal can cut out individual errors and giving away goals like we did against Tottenham and Fulham, we have a very good chance of winning the Premier League. But you see, the problem is, this is the first. I play chess. I'm a chess player. This is the first half of the season. We've played.
Doesn't surprise me one bit.
We've played Spurs at home. We've played Tottenham at home. We've played Man City at home. The second half of the season, January, we're going to go away to Spurs. We're going to go to Etihad. We're going to go to Anfield. Now, that period, March, May, that's the business end of the season. That is when you know what's going on, what's popping. Because I'm a chess player. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, we've had some good wins. We started well, but when it's after January, when we have to go away, I want to see the Arsenal that's going to turn up because we have to sign somebody. We're going to have to sign a striker.
And do you know what? This is, Mo, I always say this, right? God, it's just gone for me. It'll come back. Give me 2 seconds. No, sorry.
It's been a long day.
This is where Pep has to go away and think about it. And we have to show the mentality that it's as simple as that. Today we didn't do it. He needs to put a rocket up a few players' asses, work out what needs to change, and when it gets to the business end of the season, we need to turn up again. And I'll say it. I am not. If Arsenal are the best Arsenal and Liverpool are the best Liverpool, could either of them win the league? Absolutely. But do you know the biggest factor in all of this? Do you know the decider in who wins the league? And every season until Pep Guardiola leaves, this will always be the decider. It's not if Arsenal were the best Arsenal. It's not if Liverpool were the best Liverpool. The deciding factor on who wins the Premier League this season Oh, by the way, just quickly, Tottenham fans, I'm not mentioning you because you ain't winning shit, okay? So just because you're there now, just because you're top now, don't go, hold on, why aren't you mentioning us? You could be top in April. You could be top in May. I'm still not mentioning you. You're not winning it, yeah? So Arsenal or Liverpool could win the league. But the key deciding point is, will Manchester City be the best Manchester City or will they not be? If Manchester City are the best Manchester City, we win the league. Simple as that. If we're not, and Pep can't motivate these players, then it's over to Liverpool and Arsenal. But then Liverpool and Arsenal have to decide if they want to be the best them. But if we're the best us, we win the league. It's as simple as that. And no, people can disagree with me or whatever, but the best Manchester City win the league and we win the Champions League.
Yeah, of course. Guys, there is over 300 of you here. Can we get the likes up to at least 200 people? Come on, people. The like button is free.
Champions League.
Underneath your live chat, hit that like button for me. It's the only way this channel will grow. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. The notification bell to know when we go live. Of course, it's very, very important. Question for Daps from Ahmed Suleiman. Of course, one of the guys, the members is saying, do you wish you kept Gundogan, Mahrez and Palmer in these kind of games?
No. But do you know what? Every single season, there's players that people say we should have kept. Every single season, right? And the truth is no. Because with Gundogan, right, we gave him the option, right? We gave him the option. He chose to leave, right? Simple as that. So he chose to leave. The timing was right. Tell me a player that's left Manchester City that has gone on, left on a free, by the way, and gone on to achieve greater things. There's, I think, one, and that's Milner. To be honest with you, apart from that, no one else. When it gets to a certain age, it's the way it is. And Mahrez back in the last season, he didn't play that much. In the big run, Mahrez was not one of our main players. Cole Palmer, come on, we've won a treble without Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer's gone in and fit in really well at Chelsea. Are we now going to say City should have kept hold of him? Are we going to go, oh, fucking hell, City have changed since he's treble winners, now Cole Palmer's gone? Come on. I want Cole Palmer to do well, and I'm happy to see him well. Let's not start trying to put Cole Palmer in the same fucking conversation as Gundogan. That's mad, right? It's mad.
Yeah.
And furthermore as well, do you know what? We have to evolve. We could have kept Gundogan and Mahrez for another season. We only would have had to address it the season after anyway, because they're coming of age. So we've done it at the right time. Now, in October, after a loss, people can say these things. But will they be saying it in April or May when all of a sudden... Do you know what? Doku's been really good this season. Kovacic has been really good this season. Vardy's been really good this season. Nunez has looked good. But they're not the reasons why we lost today. Definitely, actually, Kovacic might be. To be fair, thinking about it, Kovacic might be.
Well, Stuart here. I think this is directed to Cannabis. And Tottenham have been contenders as many times as Arsenal in the last 10 years and won the same amount of league titles, 0. This isn't 2000.
Bro, the last time Tottenham won anything, your TV was black and white. Go sit down. What are you talking about, man?
Do you know what? I'd actually
say?
No,
they won a cup in 2008.
No, do you know what? Actually, if I'm going to be fair on Tottenham, this is the fairest thing I can say because I like to be consistent. Yeah, last season I said it. Yeah, Arsenal were a team that had, it was their first time in a title race. Their balls hadn't dropped and they didn't have the maturity. Right. So far this season, it looks like they're maturing a bit and they might push us further. Tottenham, your balls haven't dropped, right? Tottenham, it is October. You were top in October last year, right? It doesn't mean anything. I've seen Tottenham top in December before and it meant fuck all. Great start. And maybe as your squad grows, come back again next year.
You know what's crazy? At Tottenham's height with Pochettino, they lost finals. At our worst, we won FA Cups. I can't even relate. I can't even relate to supporting the team. You might as well support Blackpool. Come on, get away from here. Get away from here, man.
But anyway, listen, this has been great. I don't want to keep the people for long. 15 minutes is good enough. You have heard from the two guys. Canopy, of course. Where could people find you, Canopy, of course, for the people that are here?
You can find me on Tunnel TV on YouTube, or you just have to do search Tunnel TV. You can find me also on Tunnel TV Media. That's on Instagram. And you can find me anytime here also with Mo and Daps Talking Football.
Yeah, and celebrate, bro. Congratulations on the win.
And guys, after this, we're going.
congratulations.
Yeah.
I'll celebrate when we win a trophy, though. I don't.
Yeah.
It's
but you
good
have to
improvement,
listen.
bro.
I'm gonna tell you.
Have a
Don't
drink.
let anybody.
Have a brandy in it.
People are telling
No,
Arsenal
it's
why
not
you're
Man United. I
celebrating.
hate
Why
Man
you're
United.
doing
I
that.
don't hate you guys. If I hated you guys, I'll be so disrespectful right now. But I don't hate Man City. So, you know.
Oh, you'll hate us in May, bro.
City.
You'll hate us in May. Don't worry. You'll hate us in May.
I don't hate Man City. See, let me tell you. I've hated Manchester United since 1996. I have no reason to hate Man City. I love the fact Man City came up and shut Manchester United up. But now you guys are a problem. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Arsenal will tell you if it wasn't for Man City, we would have had 2 league titles or something like that. You know what I mean? This year and last year. But anyway, look, guys, after this video, we're going to be on Never a Foul. It's simple. It's absolutely in the description of the video. You just click on the link. It will take you there, and we'll be live just right after this. Myself, Daps, and Cass, and we'll have our members there. But thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Daps. Thank you, Canopy. Appreciate you guys being here, and I appreciate everybody that watched us. Make sure before you go, hit that like button for me. We still have 300 people here, so hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. It's the only way we can grow.
Thank
you, everybody.
Guys.
We can do that.
Appreciate
and hopefully
it.
we'll see you guys soon. Appreciate you guys helping me.
Peace.
And we'll see you guys soon. Congratulations to Arsenal.